Sayori made it sound like a big deal, when it's really not. What do I do?
Eh? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it, if you wanted.
How is this girl accidentally being so kawaii? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, arigato. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
The book smells like sweat, but that's okay. Now that everyone's... Where'd you keep
kept it underneath my shirt.
Oh. Well,
By my armpits.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if it smells weird.
No, it's cool. You do you. That's fine.
I mean...
It's fine, Yuri. It's fine. I'll just air it out. It's all good.
Okay.
We're good. Sweaty.
God.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery convo in the Kono. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seemed to be on the first few pages. Crap? I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Gomennasai. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any, particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? A little bit of backstory. I actually have 3 copies of Angels in the Outfield.
Why?
Just wanted to let you know. I don't know. I just have 3 copies of it on VHS.
You just really like it? Have you read it?
It's a movie.
Oh. I don't know.
You don't know Angels in the Outfield?
No.
What? It's got the dude from Back to the Future.
And you think that I'm just gonna know that you were talking about a movie?
Angels in the Outfield with the dude from Back to the Future, the old guy. Great film. Christopher Weston Chandler. Yes. That's what you said. Yes. Go for it.
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. Oh, that's you.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down.
When are we fucking Yuri?
We'll get to it, son. Don't worry.
When are we fucking Yuri? It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about, anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an anonymous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
All right.
I never asked for this.
I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. But hold on, I just gotta read this a little more.
That's fine.
Right.
Take your time.
As soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. It was given 10 out of 10 by the New York Times.
Oh. Where's
And
that?
I guess it's in America.
Oh. Okay. Continue.
No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships. And her life starts to fall apart.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere.
I didn't read it before buying it.
Oh. Yuri gently giggles at the admission all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of this sort of thing? Bleeding plot?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't you worry.
Oh, I hope so. I honestly just bought it so that we could read something together, but I don't want to tell you that.
Oh, well, you kind of fucked up, you idiot. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into that kind of shit. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kinds of stories...
11th Angel, first time in the stream, and hurry up, Dad, we need to fuck Yuri.
We're working on it, son! Chill!
She wants it! They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm so fucking stupid.
You good?
What?
Nothing.
Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Really?
I mean, have you seen your tits?
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I guess it's alright then.
Yeah.
But, I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. I'm so fucking stupid.
It's fine.
Stop me if I start talking too much.
Yep. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying, you idiot? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it.
Oh, fuck.
Let me just get the book, you sweaty bitch. I quickly retrieved the book that I had to put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
No, it's not.
No, that's fine. Don't you worry.
Okay.
That's better. You're sure it's good, right? You seem a little apprehensive.
That's just all the sweat I'm producing.
Yeah, I bet.
I sweat a lot. I'm sorry.
I can tell.
It's not that I don't want you to. I'm just worried that I'll smell.
Yeah, you do.
And, being close to people isn't something I'm really used to. That is reading in company with someone.
I see and smell. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
All right.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her. God damn it, Justin.
I'm right behind
I'm
you.
sorry for my profanity. I just saw my dad fuck my mom and now I have become bleeding blood. The hero Gotham deserves.
Nice, dude. I hope they were having a loving relationship and it was missionary. Anything else is really bad. Congrats,
Really
dude.
dark backstory. I'm really sorry, dude.
Yeah, it's part of the struggle, dude. I get it. I respect it.
Mhm.
It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder.
Hello.
God
I'm right behind you.
Yuri,
Reading.
focus on your fucking book.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just want to make
Christ.
sure you're reading.
Jesus. I am. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but feeling
I hope my sweat's not dripping
it's
on you.
definitely my shoulder's wet. It's somewhat comforting. Yuri is the corner of my eye in it. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I
I'm
glance.
looking at yours.
Yeah, I fucking noticed. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Oh. Sorry. I was just...
Yuri,
I'm stupid! I'm so stupid!
listen, yes you are, but we're gonna get through this. You really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... We're laughing. It's time.
Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
Ah. I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open.
I like being this close to you.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Oh. Here. I got it.
Oh my god, another picture. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb and after flips it to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. Her musk penetrating my nostrils. It's actually kind of distracting. It's as if I can feel the warmth of her body. And her...
You feel the warmth of my body?
Yeah, you really need a fan in here. She's in the
really
corner
hot in
of
here.
my vision.
Are you ready?
Eh?
You know, to turn the page.
Gomen aside. I think I got a bit distracted there for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face, and her eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Fuck.
Like, are you paying attention? Are you reading?
I'm trying to, woman. It's
I
very,
picked out this
very...
book for us.
I'm just trying to read this book. Do you see the lines on there? That isn't even goddamn words. Those are just lines. I can't read this shit.
I thought you knew how to read.
I don't know how to read lines.
Why did you join the literature club then if you didn't know how to read?
You bought a bad book!
It's a good book. You just can't read it.
Holy shit, woman.
That's okay. You're just not used to reading. You'll learn. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. I'll teach you
Oh,
letters and phrases.
thanks.
It's probably the least I can do
Uh-huh.
since you've been so patient with me. And
Yeah.
I've put up with all my sweat.
I know, right? Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. What?
$20 and I'm stick it and Yuri let me smash.
Oh my gosh.
We're trying, dog! We're trying! It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
But bleeding blood, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. I'm so stupid.
God damn it, woman. It's not that bad.
Well, it's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing.
You just insulted me.
Yeah, who cares? I guess it's more I mean that, you know, it's kind of kawaii.
Oh. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone.
Oh, right.
I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought.
Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference,
I'm reading it alone.
either way. Please read it with me.
Okay. In that case... Oh yeah, I'll read it alone. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
Oh, I guess that's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag because I don't know what bookmarks are.
Yeah, we can use bookmark it.
Yep.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Don't laugh at me, DSP.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
Oh, this is
You
me.
know.
I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Huh? Well, I mean...
Yuri.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
Duh.
Duh. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinions, to be fair.
Oh.
As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
Eh? What was that?
Nothing. Did I say that out loud?
Shit, I'm sorry.
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. She has very large hands.
He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates that you've written a lot of poetry before.
Well, I kind of just picked one word out of a selection of 20 different selections of words and smashed them together. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Did you steal this poem?
No, I didn't steal it. I just, was kind of filling your own blank, but it gave me to choose your choice options.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
It's so beautiful. So dark and hot. Hey, yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and then they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
Biased? How?
Well... Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Hold on a second.
Pouting face. Eat her ass. Pouting face.
Pouting face indeed, eat her ass.
Pouting.
I'm trying to eat Yuri's ass, chat. Give me a goddamn minute here! Alright? It's the second day we've known her. We can't just be like, hey Yuri, it's been so long. Let me eat your ass real quick in the bathroom.
Oh.
Let's just go. But
In
no.
the bathroom?
Well, it's the school. We don't really have a lot of options. Either the bathroom or the gym, like, shed. And we can't... It's...
I think I would prefer the gym shed, honestly. Can we go there?
Oh my Christ almighty.
Can you
I never asked for
can you
this.
eat my ass in the gym shed?
God damn it. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Oh, please do! I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, it isn't supposed to be a literature club. Oh shit. Yo. Well, I'm reading it, so I gotta read it, right?
It's in your head, so
Right.
unless you want me to do it.
So, I'll read it how her voice sounds in my head.
Okay.
Coast under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
You didn't have to read it out loud.
Oh.
That was really weird.
My bad. I didn't.
I don't
Shit.
know what kind of voice you were doing there, but
Yeah, that's just my inner monologue voice. I'm sorry.
it was very strange. But I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting.
Oh yeah, it's
very
fucking
hard.
dreadful. You're like a doctor, but worse.
Oh,
What? I wasn't actually thinking about that though.
But it took you a long time to read. Was it that you were trying to think of a voice
No,
while you
I
were
mean,
reading?
yeah, I'm also a little bit stupid, so I mean, you know, a little bit column
Oh
A,
wait,
column
that's
B.
right. You have a hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for pointing that out.
I'm sorry. I forgot.
I just, you know, I just don't read script very often. I'm more of an improv kind of guy.
Right.
I actually think your handwriting is garbage.
That's a relief. I think it's garbage too.
Phew, yeah, but I mean, the poem was okay, I guess. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Nah, I'm good.
Oh, I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little bit more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose?
Ah, shit, she's a cannibal, isn't she?
You said that out loud again
Oh,
to me.
shit, I'm sorry.
I'm not a cannibal.
Okay. Are you into ghosts or some shit?
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
oh, sorry. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Bleeding Plut.
Really? I must have totally missed the point then.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts and feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost.
Cry voice her ass. What does that even mean?
You know what I mean. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
Huh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
It was a bunch of words. It wasn't that good. You think so?
Yeah, of course.
Oh. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Bleeding Plut.
Me too. Alright, which girl next? I'll let you pick.
Sayori, so I can hear you talk to yourself.
Alright. Yeah, this is a pretty good poem, Bleeding Plut. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? Yeah, I guess you're right. That's why I'm impressed me and shit. Well, to be honest, I was afraid you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy you just freaking wrote one and stuff. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Bleeding Plut. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Try new things like this for other peeps. That's something only real good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow up through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Bye!